Welcome back, Baker Barbecue, back at Camp Bohica up in Sullivan County again this weekend. We're doing another cook on the fire. We got our fire going, got some coals in there, looking nice and hot, ready to get some food on. We got some beans already on the fire warming up. And what we're doing today is a spatchcock chicken. Now, we've had that guy marinating since this morning, about 10 o'clock. It's about, almost 5 o'clock now. So it's been marinating in an herb and citrus marinade. And we put a nice rub on. It's, I think we used Weber beer can chicken rub. Smelled pretty good. I think it's going to go well with the citrus marinade that we used. So we are going to pop that guy on the fire and cook it up. And we'll show you how we get that on. It's real simple. We'll show you that in just a second. Alright, so here we are. We've got our fire. It's all ready to go, nice and hot. We got our chicken seasoned up like I showed you. We're about to just pop this guy on the fire. So the easiest way I found, especially with this thing the way it's all split up, is just to grab it with your hands and pop it on the fire. So we're just going to let that cook like that, just in the open fire for a little while. That's pretty hot, so that should sear up the sides, and we'll flip it over, sear up that side a little bit, and then flip it back, put a cover on it. But we'll show you all that in just a few minutes. Once we get to that point, we'll make sure you see. We'll see you then. All right, the chicken's been on here for about a half an hour now, so we're going to take and flip that guy over with our special chicken flipping tools. So I don't want to pick it up with my hands now. It's probably a little hot.
Ooh, it's going to fall apart.
Get off that grate.
Little cocksucker, look at it.
Oh, look at that. That looks good. Open up those wings a little bit. Let them get cooked. Maybe we'll slice them off a little early. Have a little snack. That looks pretty good. It's got a nice nice char to it, nice crust. It looks like it's cooking okay. Got a long way to go, that's for sure. But I think that's going to be pretty good. We're going to char up that skin on that side. And then probably flip it back over so we don't burn the skin. And then just let it roast. Maybe offset it a little bit. Just let it roast and get done. So once we get ready to flip it back over and roast it, we'll show you what the skin looks like. And so you can see the progression. So we'll show you that in just a few minutes, probably about another half an hour, I'd say. We'll see you then. Here we are back. We're checking our chicken. We just flipped that over. We got a nice char on the skin there. It's actually only been about 20 minutes, but I did a quick peek, and I think the way it's looking right now is if I left it on there much longer, it'd get a little bit more of a char than I think I actually want. But you can see that skin, the texture just looks absolutely beautiful. Nice char, nice flavor. Our beans, as you can see, are steaming, thickening up nice. They are looking really good. We're going to leave that sit on there for a little bit longer. And we're going to put our lid back on our chicken and just let that roast. So we'll be back in a little while, see how we're doing, and check on our progress. We'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, here we are back again. You can see we're running right about 250 under our lid right now. We started out the chicken under the lid. We were right about 325. We cooked it like that for, I'd say about 45 minutes to really get everything crisped up, get everything seared. Now we're just lowered that temperature, moved it offset a little bit to let it roast a little bit. And here's what we're looking like. There's the underside. Now the spatchcock chicken, if you've never heard of what that is, basically it's just a whole chicken, and you take it and you cut the spine out of it, and then you lay it open like you see. And I mean, that's what that is. It's pretty simple to do. Obviously, if you've never cut the spine out of a chicken, you want to make sure you've got a good sharp knife, because those bones in the back of that spine can be kind of hard to cut through sometimes. So you really want to make sure you've got a good, sturdy, sharp knife to do that with. And you just go down the one side of the backbone, then down the other side, cut it out, lay it out flat like that, and then season it however you want. That's pretty much a simple way to do a chicken, do a whole chicken. It tends to cook a little faster this way if you're doing a whole chicken, to open it up. That way, you know, the internal temperature gets up to, you know, the proper degrees a little bit faster than it does if you leave the backbone and leave it whole like a roaster, like you would, you know, most people would normally do. So if you were wondering what spatchcock chicken is, that explains that. That's what that is. If you have any other questions, just be sure to comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. So we're going to flip this guy over and let it roast a little while longer, and then we'll check on our progress here in just a little bit. All right, here we are. We've had our chicken on now for about an hour and 45 minutes. It's looking pretty good. It looks like it might be about done now, so we're going to take our thermometer and we're going to check the internal temperature here. Now, first we're just going to insert right into the meatiest part of the breast and watch that guy come up, see where we're at. And it's rising. It's going to take a minute. Let me sing a song while we're waiting? Who knows?
Let's eat some chicken while we're waiting.
Yeah. I don't know if this thermometer is going to be real accurate, because I feel like that chicken is a lot more done than it's showing.
How deep did you go?
So we're going to
pull back out and go sideways.
Yeah, see that?
Going that way. There you go.
That's going to be about... Well, we're not going to trust that necessarily. We're going to go by our experience a little bit more and say that's done, because I did take the lid off and that might have affected that temperature a little bit. But basically, I did want to touch on too a little bit the fire control and the temperature control here of this our fire that we're cooking on. Unlike a smoker or regular, you know, propane grill, cooking over a fire like this, the temperature fluctuation is so much. So it really pays to have a really good thermometer on your grill cover that I have here, like I showed you. And that's a good accurate thermometer, so you can really gauge and tell where your temperature is, because if it goes down, you really need to be on point, adding more wood to that fire, keeping it up. So we actually just pulled our thermometer out, and that's running pretty good. So I think we're looking pretty good here, actually. So there we are in our thigh. There we go. That's now we're actually right. There we go. Yeah, that's running. That's gonna keep going. That's gonna stop right about 180. Actually, it went up a little bit more. It's right about 182, 183. So that is absolutely perfect. It's still going. 186. So that's actually pretty good for a thigh, because you want your thighs to be a little more done than your breasts, just because of the amount of fat and juices that are in your thighs. So you really need those to be done a little bit more than your breasts. In fact, if you notice, what I've done most of this cook is keep the thighs closer to the center of the fire than the breasts, so they are getting more of the heat than the breasts are, so that they do end up cooking a little bit more well done than the breasts. So yeah, absolutely. So you really want to make sure that you're cooking that the right side. Otherwise, what would happen is your breasts are going to end up being dried out and overcooked, and your thighs aren't going to be cooked enough. So you really want to make sure you've got that positioned properly too, so you get a good cook on the whole thing. So this is done. We're going to take this off, let it rest for a few minutes, and we'll show you the finished product once we get everything cut up and plated up. And then we'll eat. So we'll show you that in just a couple minutes. All right, so here we are. We got our chicken. You can see we got it all cut up. We kind of hurt that carcass a little bit, but trust me, it's worth it. You just want to, you can cut it up and make it all pretty, or you can just rip it apart, however you like to do it. But you can see Obviously the chicken, that breast meat is just absolutely beautiful. You can see the tenderness when you press on that. That's absolutely wonderful. Dark meat is done just, again, perfectly. We got our beans that we're steaming up on our grill. They look good. We got our coleslaw here that we mixed up. Absolutely delicious. Here's our plate. You can see I grabbed a wing, some white meat, some dark meat, beans and slaw. You'll excuse our mess, paper plates and all the other mess you can see, but hey, we're at camp, so we're not trying to make anything fancy. So we've only got one thing left to do, and that's eat. So that's what we're going to do. This is Baker Barbecue. I'm Pitmaster KJ. Enjoy your meal. I know I'm gonna. See you next time.